This just in.
It's time for a 49ers news update. Welcome to 49ers Cutback. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, on the push for 5K. And lots of news coming out of Santa Clara. Some of it very sombering, some of it good, but the 49ers have dealt with injuries throughout the season. And one guy that they were excited to bring back was cornerback Jason Verrett. And Verrett had showed a lot of promise in practice, and Kyle Shanahan said Verrett was going to see a lot of time in this season finale against the Los Angeles Rams as they ramped him up in preparation for the playoffs. But Jason Verrett has succumbed to another injury. This time, it's not a lower leg injury. He had been dealing with Achilles and ACLs throughout his career. This one, though, a rotator cuff injury. Kyle Shanahan explained it that Verrett was practicing, jumped up to tip away a pass, landed awkwardly on his shoulder. He continued to practice, was holding his arm a little bit gingerly. He thought after practice, he assured the coaches he felt like he was going to be okay. He went home, and when he came back in the morning, he said, you know what, it doesn't feel right. They gave him an MRI, and it revealed that he has a rotator cuff injury and needs to have season-ending surgery. So the 49ers' hopes of getting a veteran like Jason Verrett that could step in with the versatility that he has, play outside corner and inside in the slot if needed, is now over. And the 49ers do not have that veteran presence. So that means young players like Darrell Luter Jr. and Sam Womack are going to be the next guys up. They have to step in and play, and we're going to get to see them play a lot against the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. So a disappointing news for Jason Verrett, a guy who battled back from an Achilles injury, only to suffer a rotator cuff injury right here where he's going to get his opportunity, where the 49ers felt he could make a big difference for them when it came to the playoffs. The list of players that are going to be out for this game has been pretty consistent, but let's go ahead and go over who's going to be out for this game. Christian McCaffrey, of course, ruled out. He's dealing with the calf. Eric Armstead continues to be out. John Lynch went on to KNBR and said they are hoping that he will be available for the playoffs. If you listen to the Third and Long podcast from Eric Armstead, he kind of hinted that he would be available and ready to go once the playoffs get started. So there's still optimism and hope that Eric Armstead's going to be back and ready to help out this football team. Ambry Thomas had the hand surgery on Tuesday. He is officially out for this game. No surprise. He should be back for the divisional round. The belief was it wasn't going to take that long for him to recover. Tashaun Gibson's been dealing with a quad injury, a strain. They listed him as a 7 to 10 days out. He was working on a side field, so he's progressing in his work to get back. He will be available for the divisional round. Young rookie Jair Brown still dealing with a hamstring. He's continuing to be out. He probably has a good shot for the divisional round, but we will see. But Jair Brown was working on the side field as well. So Brown's starting to work on his recovery. So that's good news for the 49ers. And then Ross Dwelley continues to be out. He's been out nearly 5 weeks now with a sprained ankle. So the 49ers still have Ross Dwelley there. We'll see what happens with Dwelley moving forward. The good news is John Feliciano was listed as questionable, which means he's likely to play in this game versus the Rams. So Feliciano now can step in. And with his versatility, whether he's starting at guard or he's the first guy in, it's a great position to have because he can rotate between all three interior offensive line spots, both guards and center. So Feliciano's back injury, not serious. He will be available for the 49ers. Jauan Jennings is listed as questionable, which is a good sign. He had been out every other week with a concussion. The last couple games, it's been a struggle for him to progress through concussion protocol. Kyle Shanahan did say that even though he's practiced the last couple of days, Jauan Jennings has one more hurdle left to pass, but the likelihood is he'll pass that. Usually you get to Friday and you have one step left. You will clear on Saturday. He has to go to an independent neurologist for that to happen, but the expectation is Jauan Jennings will clear and be available for the game against the Rams if the 49ers decide to play him. Jalen Moore has officially cleared concussion protocol and will play in the game versus the Los Angeles Rams. So good news for the 49ers. It looks like they're going to be full strength along the offensive line. And part of the reason they're going to be full strength is Trent Williams is going to be playing this game. John Lynch confirmed on KNBR, and Kyle Shanahan confirmed in his press conference today that Trent Williams will play in the game. Now, how much will he play? I think that's a bigger question. but he will be available early on in this game to play. And then the expectation is Jalen Moore will take over at left tackle. So the 49ers do expect to play a lot of their starters. Anyone not named Brock Purdy is available to play. A lot of that is probably going to load management, making sure you don't put too much strain on your backup players and overload them. They haven't been playing all year, so getting your starters out there to knock off the rust, keep them sharp is important, and then also taking some of the pressure off your backup players where they can step in and still be successful. Ray McCloud will be activated from the IR. So Ray McCloud had his 21-day window opened, and now he's going to be coming back. The 49ers did say, Kyle Shanahan said, there would be a corresponding move. They have to move someone to IR or release somebody to make room for Ray McCloud. He said the player hasn't been notified yet as of the time of this recording, so it may come out after this, but Ray McCloud will be back for the 49ers. That means wide receiver duties and also punt and kick return duties return for Ray McCloud, and I think that's a welcome sight for a lot of people, is getting Ray back on the team and back to handling his roles that he's done so well over the last 2 seasons. So 49ers have some bad news when it comes to Jason Verrett, and they have some pretty good news when it comes to players like Ray McCloud, Jalen Moore, and Jawan Jennings. So it's going to be a little bit different. We're expecting to see a lot of Verrett in the game. Now we're going to see more Luter Jr., more Sam Womack, and we'll see if the 49ers decide to bring on another defensive back for their practice squad moving forward. Prayers up to Jason Verrett, one of my favorite players. I've seen him play since he was a young guy, so prayers up to him, and I hope if he does decide to come back that he does. I know the 49ers would really love Jason Verrett to be around the organization inside the building. He's a good resource for the young players, and I'm hoping that he does that. So unfortunate for Jason Verrett. 49ers got to turn their attention to the Rams. The 49ers got to turn their attention to the playoffs, and hopefully they can go out and get a big win against the Rams and then take care of business against the playoffs teams that they're going to have to face. So thanks, guys, so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already on the Push for 5K. And just like always, you are the ones who drive this channel. So thanks so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. And remember, the right way is always the 49ers way.